recording. Thank you. Right, Vi, I'll throw up this.
You get me loaded up there.
It's been so wonderful to hear everybody's stories. That's taken over the most part of the meeting, but
which is brilliant.
So good.
And we really did
Fantastic.
want to make sure that we had plenty of time to be able to get to know you as well. And hopefully, you know, over the next few months, we'll get to know each other better, you know, as we meet up again. Now, Soroptimism in a nutshell. Off you go, Barbara, onto the second slide.
Now, sorry.
You're all right.
There we go.
So who are we? Well, we are an organization. We're a global organization, and we were founded in California, in Oakland, California, in 1921. And the title is made up of two Latin words: sorrow, meaning sister, and optima, the best. So we want the best for women. And last year, as I said, we celebrated our centenary year. The organization is made up of 5 federations across the world, and we are in the SIGBI Federation, which is the Soroptimist International of Great Britain and Ireland, which also includes Malta, India, and the Caribbean. So we are we have clubs and members right across the world. Oh, next slide then, Barbara. We work to improve the lives of women and girls through education, empowerment, and enablement. And we work to undertake projects globally, nationally, and locally. And some of the activities that we've been involved in here in Northern Ireland, we have an annual speaking competition every year for lower 6 and upper 6 girls. And we have heats in the clubs, and the E-Club will be able to run their own heat. And we come together then in February to have the finals, and it's usually held at the Hillsborough Village Centre. We work to support anti-human trafficking, support women's aid, the white ribbon that Tanya talked about. And we are into, you know, looking after the issues around climate change and sustainability. So there's projects looking at reducing waste and recycling opportunities. We work in consultation with the Department of Justice, particularly around anti-human trafficking. And we support food banks. We run an International Women's Day every year in March. We work with our sisters in the Republic of Ireland, and we have an annual North-South joint conference, and we have been involved in tree planting for our centenary celebrations. So in Northern Ireland, we have 11 clubs. Most of the traditional clubs will meet once or twice a month, and they all have their own programs of activities. And generally, it's made up of business issues to do with the organization, but we will also have bring along guest speakers, and we will have social outings and activities, which includes wine tasting, gin tasting, and eating out, etc. And then we also then do some fundraising. Now, in Northern Ireland, the E-Club was thought about, really, it's post-pandemic. It's a challenge for the organization, because our members are growing older. We are an aging organization, and we really do need to think about how we can attract younger women like yourselves who will carry the torch and keep the work going for the next 100 years. Friendship is at the heart of what we do, and for each and with each other. And we recognize that younger women, they have the demands on their time, and using this virtual setup is probably the best way to be able to keep the organization going and to continue to do the work that we do. So social media, whether we like it or not, you know, it has its place now in work and at home, and certainly, you know, through socialization. So hopefully we will be able to continue then to empower women in this way. So you will be, as a member of an E-Club, you will be a member of Soroptimist International. The meetings will be held virtually and agreed by the group. You can meet up face-to-face. That will be your choice of when and how you do that. You will need to think of a title for your group, and that will be agreed by yourselves. There is a capitation fee. Now, it is proposed at £75 a year, but that isn't set in stone. You will have job roles within the E-Club. There will be a club president, secretary, treasurer, programme action convener, etc., because it will be run in exactly the same way that a traditional club runs. You will be able to attend in-person or regional meetings, which take place 3 times a year. And you will also have the opportunity to serve on the regional council, and you will be included in all regional events. Next, Barbara. So what's in it for you? Well, hopefully it's the challenge of something different. And, you know, even tonight, you've shared information, you know, about ourselves and about each other, and hopefully you'll be able to share these existing skills that are very evident here tonight in this group. You'll be able to develop friendship and social contacts and network opportunities, because some of you are already working in social care settings with women, that hopefully you'll be able to extend your network. It's a service to the community. We are an organisation that provides service, all right? And hopefully that is something that as an E-Club you will be able to continue to do. And for individuals, hopefully it'll be able to build up your self-confidence and self-esteem. And because we have conferences in our federation, and there is usually a different venue selected every year for that, you'll have the opportunity of travel and to be able to explore using the opportunities of attending conference. Off you go. That's us. So that was it very quickly. And hopefully, you know, next time we meet up, we can expand and develop that a little bit more. So Barbara, I think you were going to talk a wee bit about the conference then that's taking place now in Belfast.
Yes, Vi, and I'm going to give you just a very, very broad outline about the SIGB conference in Belfast, which is taking place between the 27th and the 29th of October. And for those who might be interested in attending this conference, it was at a Belfast conference that I became inspired to become a Soroptimist. So it really does bring the whole idea of Soroptimism together. But I'm very pleased to announce to you tonight that we will have some sponsored tickets, day passes, for anyone who thinks they would like to come to the conference on the Saturday, that Saturday, the 29th of October. And on that Saturday, as well as supporting the chosen charity for the conference, which is Compassion Belfast, there will be 2 very remarkable keynote speakers, one who will be talking about gender equality and one who will be talking about climate change. So I think they will be very, very interesting speakers. And sandwiched between those speakers, we'll have a double session on our programme action, which is really all the things the clubs are doing to try and help all the elements of the things that we believe in. The British Red Cross will also be giving a presentation that day, and that will form part of the programme action session. And after lunch, Siobhan Agana, who's the SIGB Director of Membership, will be leading a membership session, which you may find interesting before the final keynote speaker speaks. So it's that's a whistle-stop tour around that. But I would really be interested to know, and if anybody would like to let me know in the chat room, or indeed email any one of us if they would like to attend, I would like to say we've got sponsorship for 5-day passes for that particular day. So find out more. If you feel like you would like to go to the entire conference, the information can be found at sigby.org on the website, and I'll refer you to that. I'm not going to go into any more detail because time doesn't permit us tonight, but if you are interested, look up the website. The other very, very exciting thing that's happening on the island of Ireland in 2023 is the entire world of Soroptimists are coming to Dublin to the Soroptimist International Convention in Dublin in July, on the 23rd of July, 2023. And that's going to be a really exciting opportunity for many of us who can't travel to the other federations in the normal course of events. The federation, the 5 federations of Soroptimist International are coming to Dublin. So I just wanted to mention that to you. So it's an exciting time to become a Soroptimist, and let me know if you're interested in either of those things. Thank you.
Okay. All right. Karen. Is Karen there?
Yes, no, I'm still here, yes.
I think we'll move on now to keep the time, and we'll take any questions and answers that, you know, if anyone wants to use the little icon. There's a little hand icon if you want to raise a hand, then we'll take your questions.
I'm very conscious there's a lot of information.
By the way, if anybody would like the PowerPoint presentation emailed to them, you know, that can be done. Okay, because it was run through fairly quickly, but we can send on the PowerPoint to you by email if you would like that.
I'm conscious everything was very, very swift there, but we were trying to stick to time. Anybody, any questions?
Yes, please.
Go ahead, Catherine.
The conference sounds fantastic, but I didn't catch the name of the way. It's just Soroptimist Northern Ireland you go into, or there was another abbreviated name, or
Sigby,
Sigby
Sigby is
sigbi.org will get you. Or if you simply Google for Sigby Belfast Conference 2022, all the information is on that website, and it includes the speakers, the program, about the charity, and everything else.
Thank you.
Any other questions? I have a question. How many of you would like to hear more?
I would definitely, Karen.
Yes, I would.
Yes, same, yes.
Yeah, I suppose I would as well. I come on here to find out what it was about, and
Yeah.
I'm still not absolutely sure.
Yeah.
Maybe a couple of examples of what has happened in the past would help. I mean, as soon as I heard fundraising, I panicked because I do that so much in work and so much hard work, you know. I suppose that's what I'm trying to get an interest somewhere else with women and girls.
Okay. Well, one of the things that we do, that we support Women's Aid down in Bangor, and I think that some of the other clubs probably do the same, is that, you know, we would say, for example, at Christmas time, we would put together, you know, boxes or gift packs, you know, of toiletries, etc., you know, and toys for the children. And other bits and pieces would go down to the women's refuge and the office down in Bangor. But we would also, you know, in our activities, if we're doing, you know, like presentations, we would go out, you know, and support making the public aware, you know, around, you know, some of the issues, like, say, for example, there's the modern day slavery. And there's also the 16 days of activism that we do. Usually it's in sort of October, November time. what is it, December?
It's in
November 25th to
November
December
time.
10th.
We
November
have the
25th.
16 days of activism, which is all around, promoting domestic, or, well, not promoting domestic violence, but making people aware around the issues around, violence against women. So the some of the other activities that we would do in Bangor, we do the talking newspaper every month. We take the Spectator. There's 4 teams, and each team meet once a month, and they will read the Spectator and record it, and then it's sent then to distributed then to the visually impaired who are registered to receive then their little CD, and that is something that we actually apply to the Black Santa funding, for funding to be able to provide that service. So we volunteer our time, to go and do that.
Can I just say, going up at the back of what Betty's saying to me, if we're going to attract younger women, I suppose for me it sounds like it's leadership and it's capacity building and around younger women, all women, but younger women in particular, standing up, standing up for whatever they're interested in with
right.
the gamut of things that you offer. So I think, Betty, for me, if I was going to talk to, say, my daughter who's 25 or my nieces, I'd be saying, you have an opportunity actually to do something that you're passionate about, to use skills or develop skills like in public speaking or being involved in event management. To me, does that sort of something around the selling point?
That's exactly right, because even with the public speaking, with the girls in the schools, it's a great opportunity every year. And the talent out there amongst some of our young teenagers is unbelievable. And in fact, actually, I think I can say that our past winners is Jo, isn't it, who reads the news on the BBC?
Yes, Jo Scott.
Jo Scott.
Jo Scott was a finalist, and I think Karen, I'm not sure now what Karen's surname is, but I think she was also, is it Patterson? Karen Patterson? I think she was a winner as well. So the certainly at a young age, the talent for public speaking amongst our girls is really fantastic. I'm trying to think of other things. I mean, we had our tree planting, and we'd help with the beach cleanups and stuff like that as well, and making people aware, that they have a responsibility really to look after their own community. So it's not all running around shaking buckets and trying to get money, but if we do fundraising, it's usually like a social event. Now, we are very fortunate that this year Maureen Maguire from the Portadown Club is the international president, and this is the first time we've ever had an Irish woman as the international president. And she has an appeal put out across the 5 federations, and it's an educational appeal where she has set up a number of projects really around the education and training of girls and women. So the title of this appeal is Opening Doors to a Bright Future. And we're going to run a table quiz here in our club in October, but it'll be a social event, that you come out, you pay a $5, to be part of a team. And so you're getting out and you're having a bit of fun. It's not just all hard graft about making money.
Just this would just be an observation rather than a question, and from what everyone's saying, I think the potential that we can actually do, if we were to form our own club, we can actually do whatever we want.
That's right.
Whatever we feel passionate about. Although there's guidelines, I mean, the scope is amazing.
Yeah,
we can actually think, right, what collectively are we into? What do we want to achieve? What do we want to do? And everything's brilliant, which has been done so far. But, we could say, well, what do we want to do? We don't want to do this. We want to do this instead. We want to. So I think the potential is absolutely amazing. And I think, it's a group of really dynamic women by the looks of it. So the potential is amazing. And that's just my observation with it.
Yeah. Totally
I-
agree with you, Tony.
That's well said. Betty, I hope that answers your question.
Yeah,
We
yeah,
are
well,
we are basically a service organisation, but as Tanny said, that I couldn't have put it better myself, Tanny. You decide, it's your club, so you
It's
decide
your
what
club,
you want to
that's
do.
right.
okay.
Now I think we're probably about an hour now at this stage.
Yeah, yeah.
Do we
yeah.
want to set a time for anyone who is interested, or set a date to meet up again?
I think Susan has her hand up. Sorry.
Go on, Susan.
I think, have I time just to,
Yes,
also a
absolutely.
little observation. I was just sort of thinking about the concept of the e-club, and I hadn't appreciated, I think what you're saying is that it's actually going to be like a separate entity, like a club in itself, whereas
That's exactly what it is.
I had envisaged it being more of an extension of the actual club. of
No,
Northern
you
Ireland
will
or
you will be your own group. You'll
Yeah.
have your own separate identity.
Yeah, but from that being the case, therefore, a lot of the activities and things that you're talking about require physical presence, whereas with the e-club, surely the nature of that e-club is going to have to be very different format to the physical
Yes,
one. We're going to
that's
have
right.
to find
that-
activities
yes.
that don't require us to
That's exactly right. That's exactly you'll be hopefully the like of Tani there with the white ribbon, or with Catherine or Betty there, being able to do something collectively to be able to support one of the organizations, and it is a challenge because
that's
for us it's new as well. So it will be a challenge in terms of exploring what opportunities can you do in the virtual world.
Yeah.
But when you look at social media and the different things that happen through social media and the challenges that they put down, and the opportunities, for getting a message across, or for raising what do you call it?
Sorry, I'm just interrupting here because it just suddenly came to mind. There's a foundation called Zarak. Now, it's not specifically for women, but it's a teacher in England somewhere who set up this project, finding beds for kids, and she's done it all through social media. So that just popped up.
So that clicked with you then, okay.
Social media.
No, I think it's going to be a journey, for all of us, because it's new for us as well. And some of you are probably much better able technically than certainly that I would be. So definitely I'm in to learn, how to operate and how to work with this as well. Thank you.
I have a quick question.
Yes, Katie.
Do you know of any other district or country or region that set up a successful e-club for Seroptimists yet, or would this be one of the first that would be launching?
Well, Karen, did you want to talk about SI Liberatus?
There is an e-club currently being formed, and they're going to launch in September, but they're actually they do everything online. Everything they do is online. Now, sometimes a few of them would get together, and for an example, for everybody who is in the Portstewart area, at the end of whatever August, we could all do a beach clean, have coffee or something after it. So you don't need the whole club to be able to come and do. So they're operating over in England, and it's across the whole of England. So we're watching them very closely, but it seems to be working out very, very well. I've gone to a few of their meetings just as a voyeur, and they're aware of who I am and why I'm there, but they're run very well, and the girls now all know each other really well, and it's all done via Zoom.
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions? Well, we'd thought about setting up for our next session on Wednesday, the 7th of September, if that suited folk.
I'm on holiday in Spain.
Oh.
I'm away.
You're away.
Hopefully.
Okay.
Lovely.
Hopefully, yes. Assuming that there are no landmines between now and then.
Would everybody want to wait until September, or would you be keen to meet up in a couple of weeks' time? Is that too soon?
By me?
I think maybe September would suit because, well, I'm on holiday until the end of August, so that
Mhm.
first week of September
Okay.
would suit me personally.
Okay. I mean, if you can't, I mean, if you can't get in, the hopefully we'll be able to maybe email you a little summary of what was discussed or agreed or whatever, you know, at the meetings, and hopefully if you have enjoyed this evening and you feel that you might know others who are interested, you know, do pass on their details and we'll contact them. And I mean, I know Sharon there put it out on Facebook, and we'll do the same again, you know, for our next meeting, because this will take a little bit of time really to get us all sort of working together, etc. And really providing you with sufficient information, you know, about the organisation itself and about what all is going on here in Northern Ireland, you know, at the regional level as well. And it might help to, you know, Karen and Barbara, to maybe bring, you know, a speaker in from another club, etc.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know, and share some, you know, some of their experiences with you all too. Okay. Well, can I just thank every one of you for coming here tonight and giving your time, and it's been absolutely brilliant to meet and hear all about you. And I mean, I am really very excited at the thought that hopefully, you know, we will be able to continue to work together and get this e-club off the ground, and let's see it working in action. So from me, I just wish you all good night. And it's been lovely meeting you, and I look forward to seeing you all again then on Wednesday night at 7:30 on the 7th of September. And if you're heading off on holiday, travel well, travel safe, and enjoy your holiday.